wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. Went throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
Oh, Henry! It's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, the big man, Derrick Henry, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the city of Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild CenturyLink field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Let's go!
Now Griffin on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Griffin. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The throw taken in by Cole. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they had. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A look now at the starters on this 49er defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And able to find Higby. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. And that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson toward the pile, caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Drop deep, slam, 22, check, cover, 22, check, cover, drop, lucky.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Better bring it.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13.
Mike's 50. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach or offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Motion. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They go play action with Griffin. Goodwin able to haul it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Griffin to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run.
Now it's Henry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Out of the shotgun, Breida. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said,
got his man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That's caught by Penny. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. To throw again is Wilson. End zone call. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, no.
And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Griffin. Got the connection here to Bourne. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Griffin. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. So we have reached halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Pettis on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here we go on 4th down with Griffin. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
50 the mud, 50 the mud. Tackles.
On 1st down, Henry. Oh, very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run it again with Henry. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. Check. Watch what he's doing. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
The throw taken in by Cole. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll try the right side with Henry, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
On 1st down, Griffin. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. 2nd and 10 now. Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
There are a good number of coaches that anytime they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On third down, Griffin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Penny, a first down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Penny. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And able to find Goodby. It's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Penny will try to punch it in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 15 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. Romeo Okwara able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is RG3. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Marquise Blair, 2nd-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, Griffin. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll try and throw for him with Griffin. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Now Wilson, and he finds Penny. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Griffin. Open man is born. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A first down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun, Griffin. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Once again, Griffin. And this is incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. Third down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
On third down, Griffin. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Yeah, that's how we do, G.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They're going on fourth down. It's Griffin. And it is is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy that was really down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably put this one behind them. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Griffin. And the pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Griffin. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
Vas-y, appuie, putain. Allez. Mais le gars, 1 seconde, il faut que je sélectionne un play, gros.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, It'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.